Do you want to know which amenities are going to guarantee you 5-star reviews from your guests and make for a great experience for them? Well, stay tuned to find out. I am in my very first Airbnb that I launched over a year ago, and last year I did a video based on my first set of reviews around which amenities were going to guarantee 5-star reviews. And I wanted to give you all an update to see if some of those held true over the course of the year, or if there are different things that I would recommend that really stand out to guests. So that is the purpose of today's video. All right, so as you can see, I am in my kitchen, and the first amenity that I say you absolutely have to have and is going to guarantee you 5-star reviews is the first amenity I talked about in last year's video, and that is the spice rack. So this particular spice rack I got on Amazon, and I haven't been able to find it since, so I will link something very similar down below. And in fact, for every item that I'm talking about, as well as pretty much everything that you are going to see in this unit, I bought a lot of it on Amazon, and I will link all of the products that I have purchased down below. So please check out that description box. Getting on to the spice rack, you'll see that it's not just salt and pepper. There's a really wide variety, and it allows guests to cook pretty much anything they want. You've got onion, paprika, garlic, chili, rosemary, thyme. And then up here, I have additional salt and pepper and some garlic powder. But the additional thing I did to kind of hack this spice rack to make it even better was I added those labels. So those did not come with. And that's an additional tip that I'm going to give you, is to label everything that you can in your kitchen so your guests can easily find things. And you can see on each of these drawers, I've got labels so that guests can tell what types of items go in each of them. The second item is actually right behind me, and I'm crouching down because it's a little low, but it is the dish towel. Now, this isn't super fancy, but I will say a dish towel is something that guests really like because it helps the kitchen to feel more like one that is in a traditional home, and it allows them to obviously dry things and that they need in the kitchen. But it's better than paper towels because you're not having to replace it as often. You can just clean it with your linen, so it's not as wasteful or expensive, and it just adds that really nice homey touch. Okay, the next item that I'm going to recommend to you is going to be in the bedroom. I'm in the ground floor bedroom of this apartment, and this is something that is going to help your guests have a great night's sleep. All right, as you can see here, I am pointing to blackout curtains. These will block most of the light. You can see the difference between the blackout curtain here and the amount of light that is coming through there. So this is an absolute must-have to have in every single bedroom. Blackout curtains, you can buy them anywhere. And again, I will link down below to those that I have purchased on Amazon. Okay, so here I am again in the bedroom. I'm going to show you the third amenity. And if you're sensing any sort of theme here, the amenities that I'm gonna talk about in this video all have to do with making your home a much more cozy and comfortable place for guests to stay. And these may be items that aren't available in your typical hotel, which is why these things are going to stand out and make you stand out as a 5-star host. All right, so you can see here, I am in the closet, and the amenity that I am talking about, extra blankets. Extra blankets are critical. Guests can use them when they sleep. They can use them when they're hanging out in the living room, watching television. But again, it helps them feel more at home, more cozy, more comfortable, which means better reviews for you. So every single bedroom have at least one extra blanket that your guests can use. I am in front of the bathroom, and I'm gonna show you the fourth amenity that I highly recommend if you want 5-star reviews from all of your guests. Okay, so the fourth amenity is going to be an amenity that is very similar to what I talked about in the very first video, and that is having shampoo, conditioner, and body wash available for your guests. These are refillable dispensers that I bought on Amazon. They'll be linked below. They came with the label on them, which is great. I think it looks very luxe. I buy gallon bottles of each of these, and then my cleaner will refill them when they were low, and I would say she maybe refills them about once a month. And it's a system that works really great because it creates much less waste than trial size items. So having soap, conditioner, and body wash for all of your guests. Another must-have amenity. I'm standing right beside the fifth and final amenity that is going to guarantee you 5-star reviews. And I don't know about you, I was really surprised at how popular this is. So let me get right into it. Here it is, a stackable washer and dryer. I bought this unit 2 years ago. I want to say it was about $1,500. The thing that I want to point out about this is that in the beginning, I would buy detergent as well as fabric softener for guests, and I found that they just would bring their own. People just have a certain brand or a certain scent that they really prefer, and they just stick to that. So ever since that initial supply of detergent as well as fabric softener, I've never had to buy any again because guests will buy some and then they'll leave it, which is pretty cool. So it may not be an expensive amenity that you'll have to maintain over time because your guests may just bring it, but it's definitely good to have an initial supply so that your guests can use it. The thing to keep in mind about this amenity is, yeah, it is going to cost you some money. This unit, I think it cost somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000. I think I bought it at Best Buy. The washer, dryer, as well as vent hookups were already here, so I didn't have to pay for that, but that might be something that you need to pay some contractors to put in, and it's not going to be cheap. I think washer dryer hookups, I would budget maybe a couple thousand for that all told to have contractors come in and install those. It just depends on the amount of work that they have to do. But because of how popular this amenity is, and again, if you're noticing a theme, all of the amenities that I'm talking about really have to do with making the place much more like a home, much more comfortable and able to be lived in. What do people want in their homes? They want a washer dryer. So I do think that even though this could be a pretty significant cost, you're gonna get that back in terms of a higher occupancy rate. And then ultimately you're gonna be more profitable over the long run because people are gonna wanna stay in a home with a washer dryer, especially if you do longer term stays. Look, if you do longer term stays, it is non-negotiable. You have to have a washer dryer. So you may as well do yourself a favor and allow your place to serve multiple purposes. Let's say you want to transition from a short-term rental to a mid-term rental. Get this installed and you'll be able to make that transition much more smoothly. So that is the fifth and final amenity. So that's it. Those are the 5 amenities that are going to guarantee you 5-star reviews from your guests. What did you think? Were you surprised or not? If you want to become an Airbnb host, the link is down below. You will earn $75 after you host your first guest, and I'll earn a little bonus as well. For any of the items that I mentioned in today's video, those links are down below, in addition to a completely free full shopping list to furnish your Airbnb like a pro. Please hit like if you found this video helpful and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.